Yeah, hello, welcome to our new Monday live stream, the first one by the ICC here on YouTube. Yeah, well, not the first on YouTube, but the first that I'm doing via YouTube. Okay, I hope everything works all right. Yeah, with this new format, I think it should work. So, yeah, hello also to all of you in the chat. Yeah, we also have a new layout. Yeah, I hope you all like it. It looks a little bit better, I think, than what we had before. The green screen is also working quite fine. I believe it looks much better than before. What you have to see is that the clocks are now on the left-hand side. We have got the white and black clock. It takes a moment to get used to, but it is a rather logical kind of setup, I believe. Okay. So, any questions? A good resource on the Leningrad Dutch for players around 1800. Yes, I got one. The Diamond Dutch by Moskalenko. That's a good book. It has all the Dutch lines, not just the Leningrad, and it's a very interesting, inventive book. No, I don't play the Schlechter Slav or the Berlin Endgame. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to start a 5-minute game. I haven't played a game today, so I'm happy to get some Blitz games in. Yeah, hello to New York. Yeah, I hope all of you have found the way, let's say, to the stream or the regular Twitch people, Twitch audience. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, playing Michael H. That's Michael Hannigan, I think, from the UK. He's been the English champion, I believe, a long time ago. But currently, I think, retired. Or maybe he's a casual player in the Four Nations Chess League or something like that. But he's not a regular tournament player. The King's Gambit, I don't think so. I'll stick with my usual stuff. Okay, so we get some kind of King's Indian here. The Diamond Dutch has everything you need, yes, I think. The Breyer with black, yeah, that's doable, I think. Okay, h4 here. Is there something with b5 coming? Might be. But I have g5, so... he's going a4. Interesting. Okay, I think I'll try to close down the king side. This is so promising if you can get it in that I try to do it. He does not have to play g5, but most black players still allow that. He doesn't. Okay. Yeah, he's threatening knight takes e4. That's... wow, that's... oh. Strong move. I think I've made this mistake before. Now that I think of it. Should have played g5. He's threatening a3 here. That's the issue. And e4 is attacked. Really bad position already here. That's not good at all. Very bad. The Leningrad Dutch is a very aggressive opening, but you cannot really say what is a positional opening. The Leningrad is aggressive, but it's not so tactical, let's say. Yes, that's true. You cannot see the ratings, so we probably have to have to change that. Yeah, black will play a3. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking about. Maybe he's got something stronger, but a3 just looks good for black. Yeah, you're right. You don't see the ratings. We have to change that. This is a new setup, and I was trying around a little bit. We have to probably adjust that a little bit. So I think the ratings are good to see. He's rated 2,227. This guy. Yeah. Yeah, I have to play this terrible queen c1 move. Yeah, we will address that, but I don't want to change something during the show. Yeah, I see. We can definitely improve on that. I'm happy that he took on d5, unless I'm overlooking something, of course. Because now knight c4 comes back into the list of options here. There's a black space on the left-hand side. Yeah, you're actually right. Yep. There's something that will be checked. Okay, I'm happy that my opponent is not punishing me to the fullest here. I think that would have been possible. I still don't like my position, but okay, I think I'm asking him about this. Can I just take the pawn? What new background? It looks different. Yeah, we've changed the layout here, the ICC layout. That has got nothing to do with my upcoming move. It's a green screen in working. Yeah, I grabbed the pawn and hope for the best. Yeah, it's supposed to look like a plank of wood. So I can take on c3 here. Okay, cannot. But that is close. Bishop g4, however, might work. Yeah, knight d1 loses stuff. What a bad position. Rook h8 takes on c3. Rook a8 takes on b2. Oh my goodness, what a bad game. I don't even have a move that I can play. I mean, I see that I'm lost, but I don't even see a move that I can play. Wow. Yeah, he's taking this, of course. It doesn't help. I'm just lost. Let's see. I mean, he can play whatever, really. Yeah. Yeah, he had threatened some discovery, so I'm continuing a little bit, even though it is really not a position that gives me much hope. Yeah. Yeah, recover from a string of losses. It's always difficult. If you say your losses were against strong opponents, it's sometimes not a bad idea to simply to try to play some weaker ones. Just get a little bit of confidence back and hope you do better. Wow, amazing. What to do after this game, for example? Yeah, he can kill me with queen f2. It's very easy, actually. Yeah. Okay. Wow, that was I played this like a complete beginner. Very bad. I don't understand why the stream wasn't easy to find. I even added a button in the video itself, so it should work. I think if you subscribe to the YouTube channel of the ICC, that would help as well. Okay, JC Arias, and I'm below 2,400. That always feels bad. So let's see if I can get back to that. I mean, if I'm getting below 2,300, I feel like, yeah, someone has I don't know. I feel really bad, and below 2.4 is also not great. So let's see. And now this guy plays the most boring line ever. Yeah, this is really utterly boring. Okay. I think h6, but or is this the position where you can take and play queen e3? Yes, and now I've stumbled into kindergarten tactics. I hate this stuff. Yes, I forget this line. Yeah, the only line that is really dangerous for black. Yeah, what the heck. Don't even remember why it works. Because he can take there. That's the most harmless opening ever for white. Yeah, there's just this one trick and I stumble into it. Great. Great. Yeah, okay. Anyway. Yes, I'm stressed, yeah, because I'm moving and it's a pain in the ass. It really is a pain. A total pain. I'm not really relaxed, yeah. I have to say, but I do my best. Yeah, okay, trading queens when you are 2 pawns down is not exactly great. Okay, check me on h7. That's not exactly great, but my position is so bad. Drinking a couple of beers, I don't know. I don't want to promote alcohol on streams. It's no solution. It really isn't. What about this? Go here. He will play queen g3, probably trade queens or something. He doesn't even want to trade queens. Aren't you afraid of my mighty bishop? Blitz and beer. That's probably not such a show. I mean, but I think Simon Williams' show is close to Blitz and beer. Maybe Blitz and whiskey or something. Tja. The position is unfortunately so bad that he cannot really screw it up. Yeah. Couple of things here. Knight c4 check, and this one. Yeah. Anyway, I will still continue. Someone who plays that boring an opening is often possible to fail. So I'm trying, even though the position is of course completely lost. Yeah, it will be on YouTube. We think that this is the better platform. This is the first of hopefully many shows to come. No, I won't resign this. Absolutely not. It is lost, but I still can continue this position. I'm still reasonably active here, so there is no real need to resign. I can especially try to move the pawns forward, so this is what I'm trying. The d pawn in particular. If I d3 now? What are you doing here? I don't know. I'll just push this. See what happens. As long as I've got some kind of idea here, I'm not resigning. So, what is your idea? Rook d6. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, you know, it remains lost, but it's lost for a very long time, and he's not really doing the utmost to kill me off. Oh, he's found something. Okay. Ah, what a terrible game. So let's end this here and win a game. Yeah, that's really frustrating. Okay, playing light like. That's not an easy opponent. That's international master Martin. It's Martin, right? Zum Sande, German I am. So let's see what I can do in this game. I really need to stop that. 2 losses in a row is pretty awful. So yeah, let's go knight c3. Openings for white that lead to attacking play but don't require heavy theory. Well, no. It's very difficult. It's really very difficult to do. You can play things that might lead to attacking play, but you cannot force that anyway. Yeah? If your opponent plays in a very sound and solid way, how are you going to get an attack? I mean, you can only get an attack if they play something that is kind of, yeah, that is very provocative, let's say, yeah. And if they play something sound and solid, you never get an attack anywhere. Which of the candidates for the presidential election in the US do I support? Oh, I have no clear answer. I have a pretty good idea who I don't support. I think all of the Republican Party candidates are, that's just amazing. I mean, no words, but I have no idea which one of the Democrats I would support. I have not really. I don't have a clear idea what Bernie Sanders is doing. For example, I understand that he's yeah, more of a, yeah, how would you call it? More on the left side part of the political spectrum. But I don't really have any clear idea what he supports or things like that. So I have no idea about him. So what now? That shouldn't be so bad. What to do here? Yeah, I don't like that he plays e4. even though that isn't a bad thing, I think. So let's do this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know all of them. I don't know all of the Republican candidates. I mostly know Trump and that guy Cruz. I mean, they have to be put in loony bin. That's the only thing that you can do with those people. But other than that, I have no idea. Okay, so this position isn't very... I have no clear idea what to do. Yeah, we can put some pressure there. It's not a big problem, but the problem is I cannot play knight e2 because of e4 here. I have no square. Wow, that's very, very unfortunate. Wow, I don't have a move here. I'm really in bad shape again. I cannot go knight e2 here. And taking on e5 is really bad. I mean, I have to, but the position is really bad. I played this far too superficially. Awful. Absolutely awful. Wow. Yeah, I won my recent league game, my game yesterday, in a very nice way actually, and this will get a video on my channel. So I actually can play relatively decent at the moment, but okay. Yeah, my opponent wants to play bishop to f8, and that check is what he wants to do. Bishop f8, there's knight d4. Let's go here. King's Gambit. I can play e4. I can do e4. I don't mind that. I just don't like to play something totally crazy that's losing, like the Latvian or so. My knight there. I've got a bad knight. Bad bishops are a problem, but bad knights, that's even worse. I don't see how to get that back into the game. Pretty awful. Yeah, it's not so easy for me to comment upon some of the presidential candidates in the US. I simply don't know the persons. I mean, in Germany you get some info, of course, but you don't get that many details, and especially you don't learn about the less prominent ones, let's say, or the ones that are behind in the polls. So, wow, I really hate this position. My knight never gets a good square. I'm down to 35 seconds. This is the worst. D4 is a good move now for him. He doesn't see it. Phew. Nah, he might now have some kind of sacrifice, but at least I can play knight c3. If I can get the knight somehow back into this game, then I might not be lost. But queen h3, bishop g3 might win. It's really possible. Yeah. Of course it wins. It's just a terrible position. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Am I losing here? Maybe, but I think he could have played that much stronger. But I'm down to a couple of seconds. He's got 4 pawns. Yeah, 4 pawns is a bit too much. He just wants to win on time. We know the story. Yeah, okay, but this was a terrible game. So, chess-related career options for players between 2000 and 2300. You can definitely teach, especially in schools. You don't need to be a super strong player to do that. That's an option for sure. And you can also write for sure. The first human player to reach 3000 rating. That player is not born yet. Very likely. Okay, I'm trying to go for a King's Indian here. And let's see, maybe this can help. Let's just go for attack. And see what happens. Huh, really? That, why is that possible even? Let's take it. A Grunfeld. Yeah, I can play a Grunfeld, yeah. Will probably be entertaining to watch. As I don't really know it, that opening well, but we'll see. Okay, he sacrificed a pawn. That's an interesting option. And yet another pawn for bishop c4. Is that really that much of a threat? I'm threatening this. I'll take his knight. Okay, so let's see what happens here. My opponent really wants me to win, but that doesn't mean that I actually managed to do so. Okay, so I cannot go there. And does he have now? This is unbelievable. He didn't plan any of it. He just blundered that piece, and now that is actually somewhat working for him. Oh my goodness, what a day. Yeah, I have no squares. I have no squares here. Queen a3 has got bishop b4. Queen b2, rook c2. Maybe I can go to d4. Great stuff. Yeah, I think my queen, I couldn't sacrifice the queen. Yeah, it wasn't exactly a great day, I have to say. As I mentioned, I'm going to move to a new place in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, and absolutely everything that is related to the whole thing costs about 2 to 3 times as much as originally was believed. Today, I think the estimate costs today rise by like 1,500 euros or something for basically a stuff of nonsense that has to be done, however. And it gets more expensive and more expensive by day. Yeah, that was difficult to find, yeah. First you blunder everything and then you have to find those. It takes ages to find the kiddie moves. Okay, I'm going here. My queen. Yeah, hello to Mate Grinder and all the others. Well, maybe it's not so easy to catch. The queen, rook c2, queen d4, rook d2, queen c4. What are you doing now? Okay, I'm going here. That's the only thing. Okay, this one. So if I now go king g7, what is happening here? Knight e7, rook e7. Should work. What a funky position. Yeah, my queen. Where is my queen going? Nowhere, I guess. Jesus. Knight c5, but does that help? Probably not much. I get some stuff for the queen at least. Now you have to take the queen, buddy. What's the alternative here? I don't see it. Oh, so queen e3, you want to try to... I have bishop f5 here in this position, right? Counter-attacking? Or not? Let's go. Let's go. Hey ho, let's go. That's the Ramones, right? I'm keeping this piece. Mr. I belong to us. So what now? Queen here. Yeah, I'll also flag him, I guess, but I don't mind to just win the game, if possible. How to do that? Knight a4. Attack the queen, and it doesn't have much anywhere to go, right? To a1, I guess. Resigns! Stopped it. Stopped it! Okay. Yeah, somehow my queen didn't get lost. I don't know how. It should have happened. But still, I'm down more than 40 points in that session, which hurts. Yeah. Okay, next game I'll play 1e4 and go for something bloody, something weird. Yeah, I don't get a game. What the beep? Yeah, white queen has to go to a1. Oh, my favorite classic card game. Oh, I don't know. I had a couple. I had Donkey Kong and Pac-Man and stuff like that. I never played Super Mario, which is, I guess, many people's favorite. Physical condition is very important for a chess player. I don't work out, and this is a problem. This is on my to-do list after when I've got settled in my new place. So let's try to castle long quickly against the French and do something. Yeah, I couldn't do the King's Gambit. Why? Most chess players, the top chess players are physically quite fit. It's a wrong idea. I mean, really, Carlsen is super fit. Yeah, Aronian, that's all cool. They're all very, very physically fit. I didn't make a video to refute the Ponciani. I don't think this is possible. The Ponciani isn't great, but it is not a terribly bad opening. Okay, how bad is this, however? What I'm playing here, is that really, really bad? It might be, but it is kind of interesting. Yeah, the Apple Watch does have fitness features. I do stuff. It's not like I'm not trying to do something about my fitness, but currently with all that stuff with my move, I don't really have the time. Or I don't find the time, whatever. What the beep? What is this? Knight f6 he can take. That looks strange, this move. I mean, okay, my whole setup looks strange, but... Okay. Why would Aronian be the David Beckham of chess? That sounds weird. I mean, Aronian has won a couple of tournaments, while Beckham never won anything. Maybe a couple of, some. Maybe the Premier League once, or with Madrid something, but it's not really. I mean, he never got anywhere with the national team, for example. And Aronian is a multiple Olympic champion with Armenia. You know what's funny? I didn't even see that he can take the knight. I thought I'm threatening mate on g7, but my opponent didn't get the point either. Now rook g5 is a funny move. As bishop takes, there's queen g7 mate. Okay, so he gives me the queen. God save the queen, but not in this game. He resigned. Yes. Yeah. So, a second win-in. Yeah, I think being vegetarian or vegan, it doesn't necessarily help you with losing weight. It should help in many cases, but it's not something that is clearly related. I mean, meat is not exactly yeah, it doesn't have that bad nutritional values. Aronian is friends with Kim Kardashian. How is that coming about? I didn't know that. Okay, playing Dame Gen 04. I should have played e4 for the entertainment. I simply forgot about it and got into my old habits. Sorry about that. I'm just grinding this position now. A good old Maroxy bind. Okay, I'm happy with that. So let's see. Yeah, I've got a good endgame here with the bishop pair and more space. So I'm quite happy with this. Just have to see how I play. This up to a5, I guess. So that the knight is not having much space. From here, though, probably... I'm not sure about this. Probably over to h3. I don't think that Kim Kardashian is a WGM. That sounds funny. Okay, so it's a very nice position, but I'm not quite sure how to proceed here. This possibly, yeah, bishop d4 might be right, but I'm not completely sure about it. And then e5. It could be a draw. It might be a draw, but I'm not sure. Kim Kardashian is doing live streams. What is she doing? What is she doing on a live stream that people would watch? Watching tank tops or something like that? Yeah, anyway, Yeah, that position is nice, but I'm not quite sure if I can do much. He might have knight g4, simply killing off the game. Might happen. I wonder. Maybe he can just go knight g4 here. I probably have to take it. Yeah, I have to take it. e6 as f5 with the draw. I think I probably have to accept the draw here. f5 is the only possible way forward, but I think he can play f6 here. That should be a complete draw. Or this one. Yeah, that's a draw. Yeah, it's a draw. Not much to do. Okay, let's go. Okay, playing Doiner here. Who is that? Is there a name? No. Very high-rated grandmaster. Oh, that's not very... Maybe I can do this. It's a little bit more dynamic. But I think it's quite funny that Nigel Shorter really doesn't have a good score against women since that article, right? He got really properly killed by Zhu Wenjun in New Zealand, and in the latest here at Gibraltar, he got very, very clearly beaten by Harika Dronavali, if that's the right way to pronounce her. If not, I'm sorry, but I've got trouble with some of those names. Okay, knight over to c4. Yeah, I don't know. Probably I have less viewers than Kim Kardashian would. Maybe she should lend me some of her outfits. Maybe that helped. That would help. Yeah, that position isn't great that I have here. But it's still kind of interesting. Bishop takes. Yeah. Okay, maybe here. Got f5. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, it's got knight to e6. That's the biggest issue. My knight on c4 is unstable. It's not so easy to play in my book, but probably have to go back, huh? Yeah, so knight takes d5. He can take... we can take with the rook or what? Ah, he can take with the bishop actually. Okay. That's a pretty awful position. Nah, I don't like my position here. The dark squares are looking terrible. Yeah, he wins a little bit like I won yesterday against my opponent. G7, come on. That's a disaster of a game. Let's get a new one and see if I can beat Mr. Aladdin here. That my last opponent, Doine, was rating 2,570. I don't see the rating. Okay, so oops, got the Spanish exchanged. My opponent is playing in a very boring fashion. Okay, anyway, let's not be too quick here. Okay, I have to take and do this, prevent bishop f4. I can absolutely not play chess when listening to music. I'm completely hopeless. Importance of playing blindfold for improvement. It's totally unimportant. I mean, you will be able to play blindfold automatically if you play better, let's say, because your skills in visualizing positions will improve, but it's not that you train blindfold to improve. That is not happening. Nobody does. It happens automatically, let's say. Yeah, b6. There's this knight takes b6 tactic, unfortunately. Yeah. Do I have to take on d5? I don't like to, but maybe I have to. Yeah, it's still not a big issue. It's not ideal that I have to give up my bishop, but I still don't think that this is a huge issue. Yeah, he wants to go to c4 with the knight. No, I'm not working on another book. And I'm definitely not publishing another book with a publishing company. If I do something, then I'll publish on my own. I do the printing and so on, organize all that myself. But it is not planned at the moment. Yeah, it's not an ideal position, but it's still very little that white has here. Is he trying to get his rook trapped? Maybe. You want to trade knights here? That's very yeah. It's very lame. Okay. I don't have any problem with Everyman. It's just that whenever you write a book for a publisher, and it really doesn't matter who that is, the persons who earn most with it are the publishers, and then the retailers, and the person who earns less, the least of a book, is the author, and he has got by far the most work done. So this is just a ridiculous thing. So I'm not going to do this ever again. Okay, he actually has something here with this very simplistic play. Oh yeah, he has something. He can go g4. White is better here. Pretty bad game. Yeah, you have to publish yourself. That's the only way to make a book project worthwhile. It's a bunch of work, but this is at least somewhat okay. The publisher is not the most important, not for a chess book, because what they actually do is exactly nothing. They take your script, publish it, and that's it. They don't do anything else with it. Yeah, it's completely, they don't advertise, they don't do nothing. Not with chess, I mean. Okay, let's resign that crap game. Wow, that was bad. That was really bad. And he played that very well, that guy. I'd like to write another book, but it's a complete waste of money if you do it. If you do it with a publishing company, it's a complete waste. You have no idea what you earn with it. It's so little. It's a complete joke. So it's absolutely no, never ever. And really, it doesn't. It's absolutely important who it is. Could be Everyman or Quality Chess or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just a complete waste of time. Yeah, I might publish mostly as an ebook. That's very much possible. But as I said, there are no clear plans yet. Yeah, you write the whole book in ChessBase actually, and it's got Bishop f5 here. You yes, the publisher, they distribute your book. Yeah, that's true, but this is not yeah. This is not very simple to do. I mean, that is very simple to do, to get it out in the open. Somebody criticizes me making fun of Republicans. I think this is, I mean, the last good Republican president of the United States was probably like Abraham Lincoln or so. I don't know. Anyway, that's politics. And I don't feel like I'm so qualified to give opinions there. Yeah, I don't. I mean, ChessBase is an okay software, but I have some issues with the company at times. They really do, yeah, do that Microsoft kind of approach. Yeah, this is not a very inspiring position, but I still have to play it. After taking a couple of times on d5, he has rook to e8. This is actually a little bit uncomfortable. It looks a little bit... it looks very drawish. Recommend for first standard chess tournament. What do you mean recommend for the tournament? like what tournament to play or what training regimen or something. It's a good idea to get your tactics up to shape. Definitely. What kind of computer am I using? I'm using Windows. Even though I have an iMac, but I have to use Windows because of the chess, which sucks a little bit. But what can you do? Yeah, this is a very drawish game. Yeah, come on, let's make a draw in this game. It's really nothing happens here. I'll play another. That was just too boring. Okay, let's see if I can get a King's Gambit in for... I've got A6. Okay. Here we go. 1 A6. Okay. So we have some kind of advanced French with black having played A6. Yeah, that might make some kind of sense actually. He's attacking this, so I'm going to protect it. Bishop E2 is very lame. And I don't think you can sacrifice a pawn. Maybe with this, that's maybe possible. Okay. Yeah, you can go bishop b5. That's very slow. Very, very ambitious play here by Mr. Alias. Okay, I'm taking. How to do this? Okay, I'm not quite sure. I put the knight on c5. Otherwise, b3 is not that great. I look like Michael Jackson today. Wow. Really? That's, I guess I never heard that. Okay, so I'm putting a knight on c5 now. My development is excellent. I can also play knight h4 here. Yeah, maybe this. Let's get rid of that bishop. Yeah, I think that looks good for white. He has some trouble here coordinating his stuff. Queen a4, he can just about answer queen b5, even though that costs a pawn. Doesn't look good. Yeah, you can run. You can use a Mac and you can go virtual machine and so on. It does not work well though with my recording software. This is the thing. And unfortunately, this is why I have to use Windows, my video recording software. So what here? Yeah, maybe just rook c1, get everything in play. Now you might have knight c6 and somehow crawl out of this. Trying for rook b3. Yeah, I can, there are a couple of alternatives, OBS or XSplit. I can definitely do something else than what I have. But, well, I need to be productive and do things. And if I toy around with the software all the time, I never get anything produced. And, yeah, this is the problem. Yeah, if you prepare for a standard time chess tournament, it's a decent idea to try to get your tactics in shape. That's definitely a good advice. Yeah, increase your tactical training. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, do tactics, puzzles, things like that. Also, it makes sense to make sure that you are kind of okay in your openings, that you're not completely. Yeah, I think I probably have to take that you're not in bad shape in any of them. Okay, took with the F pawn. Yeah, that's often played nowadays. Maybe here as well. I'm not sure about it. That also weakens his position somewhat. Building up some pressure here on the c file. Maybe I should have gone to c1 to make a4 more likely. Yeah, c1 would have been better. Knight e7, there's rook c7. Queen g6 is very threatening, so he might have to go queen to e8. Nope. Okay. Okay, I've won a pawn, but not yet the game. So what to do here? Bishop over to b4, I guess. I'm not sure queen f8 is, if that is such a big threat. Probably it is. Okay, he doesn't react to it. Queen e8. Yeah, still, I guess. Oh, he wants to trade queens. I mean, okay, probably he doesn't want to, but he allows that. So we've got a bishop's endgame that should be pretty easily winning. Just bring the king up. Okay. Okay, and I've got a little bit of a time disadvantage, but it's not much. Okay, here I can go bishop e7, but I think I'll start with this. Still have bishop e7. He might try knight to d2 here. Yes. Okay, still here. So let's see that I can dominate the knight somehow. Have to go here. Oh, I totally forgot about that move. Ah, goodness. Ah, Hilfe. Help. Help. I'm not sure that I'm winning here. This is the thing. I'm winning his knight. But Unbelievable. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's probably a draw, but I have 2 seconds. Unbelievable. Not winning the game is unbelievable. Yeah, okay. That was a disastrous stream. I lost 70 points in the whole stream. Okay, so we are about 16 minutes over time, and I hope you still enjoyed it. I wasn't playing in any good shape though. Yeah, I hope it gets better somehow in the next couple of weeks when I'm not so stressed out. From a technical point of view, I think the YouTube stream worked quite fine. What we will change a little bit is the layout so that you can see the opponent's ratings. At times you see it if the name is not too long, but it should be on all of the time. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and I'm on next week as well. Bye bye.